Till yesterday we have discussed the how to get the value and how to set the value. Those things like through XRM dot page might be, and again form context we have discussed. So today our main agenda is we are planning to cover the scenarios, like different types of scenarios you will get in the while you are working in your organization. So like if you want to show the field, how you will show. If you want to hide the field, how you will file. If you want to log the field, how you will do. So I have written couple of the blogs on it. You can follow those, and you can use them. So still it was like a crystal clear to you, but still like I will show you one by one. So let's try to understand this scenario. For example, there is one field is there you want to hide and show basic on basis of one condition. Okay, so let's see how to show and how to hide. So here if you see, this is the JavaScript which we have written. Okay, so I'm pasting this chat window. You can go through this meanwhile same time. Okay, sure. See, so for example, here if you want to show the field and hide the field, so this is the syntax. Okay, form context dot get control dot set to visible true. This is the new syntax. So old syntax is xrm dot page dot get xrm dot page dot get control dot uh, whatever the schema name. So earlier till yesterday, like we were writing the get attribute, right? So if you want to get the control of the field, you need to mention like this. Okay, get control. When you are getting the value or setting the value, at the time you are using get attribute. But here when you are setting, right, so this is the syntax to show and hide the field. So set visible true. If you write this as a set visible as a true, so then it will be start appearing. Else if you want to hide, then you need to set visible false. Okay, let's try to see this one. Okay, go to settings and create a new solutions. So here this is new instance, right? So I don't have any solution. So I will create here solution. Here we don't have publisher also. Let me create publisher also. So here basically whatever the prefix you will give, it will come for the that particular field whatever you are creating, it will come as a prefix to that. Else it will take it as a new. Okay. So here I am going to web resource. Okay, here new button is there. Click on this new button. I am giving the name as a sample JScript. Sample JScript. Sample JScript. Taking type as a JavaScript and clicking on the save button. So here it is not allowing me to enter. So here we have a flexibility to give the code. Okay, let me open this one. So here basically we are customer type code and customer type value we are hiding it. So let me like a only small function test bracket open. Let me add this one. only to save something there should be a value, right? So just to simply I kept, I will update that one. So I will update that value. Okay, I will keep aside for this for 5 minutes. So let me go to the entities, and here drag this. This is already existing entity, right? For example, I need to play here with a, which field and which form, which entity I need to get a clarify. So here, for example, I am planning to use this. I'm planning to use this contact entity. In the contact entity, I am planning to this is the contact entity. Okay, this is the contact entity. You can see from here, this CON in the URL itself, CONTACT. Okay, contact entity. So what I will do, this is the existing entity. So here, first see here, click on the add existing button, Control F. It's getting loaded. Contact. This is the entity. From here, you can select which form you want to, like for example, I hope like here information form was using there. So I am selecting this particular form from there and dragging it to here. Okay, this is the out of box form. Okay, so here I need to take first a scenario. So if you see here, parent customer ID, and we are getting some value like a parent customer ID means here, for example, if account number does not contain, company name does not contain data, so this is contains does not contain data, then we are planning to hide the some field. Okay, if you want to use this scenario also, you can design any scenario by your convenience. Okay, so account name, if for example account name does not contain data, if account name does not contain data, you can hide the any field, like I will take it as a job title, either it might be email. Okay, so for that you need to write the JavaScript. How you will write the JavaScript? See, you have written like this, right? Notepad++, go to here. So this is the JavaScript for show hide job title. Okay, give like how you will give, everyone should be able to understand. For example, you left the organization and someone came to work, so he should also able to understand. So what I did, see, show hide a title, job title. For example, I can like this job title. So by reading this itself, he will understood. So this is the normal function how you will write. So here basically we need to first, if you are writing the execution context, first here within the parenthesis you need to pass the execution context. Okay, execution context first as a first parameter you need to pass. So this one you have entered. After that you need to declare one variable. What I told you, where form context equals to execution context get form context. So this is the inbuilt library syntax. To call the inbuilt library, this line we use, execution context dot get form context line we use. Okay, simply as it is we need to copy it and paste it. Okay, we don't do any change. Everywhere, any JavaScript if you write, this is the mandatory step. So till here, if you see form context, show hide job title, execution context. This execution context you are passing it as a first parameter. Then after form context equals to execution context dot get form context. See here. So till here, whatever you are write, whatever you written, so it is like in any requirement. These are the mandatory steps. Okay, these are the mandatory steps. So here you will divide the, now from here line number 3 you will divide the as per your requirement, you will classify it and you will divide the code. Okay, let's see. For example, here we have already written. So here basically what we are checking, if if we are checking if equals to null, then only you can do. So you can write like this also, or else you can declare it in a one variable where account name. What is this one? Account name, right? Account name. For example, account name, you can declare it in one variable where account name equals to, for example, we are assigning the variable, right? So see here upside we didn't keep the var. Okay, so var, here you are assigning the variable. So here what is the syntax to get the value? So old syntax is xrm.page.get attribute.get value, but new syntax is only in the place of the xrm.page.get attribute we need to use the form context. Okay, form, this is the syntax. This is the syntax for the new. So you are getting the value in the, and you are getting the value from the form and storing it in the one variable account. That variable name, call it as a account name. So here our requirement is whenever a not equals to data, for example, there is no data in the account name, then hide the job title field. This is the requirement. Okay, scenario requirement is whenever there is no data in account name field, hide the job title field. This is the basic requirement. Okay, whenever there is no data in a account number field, hide the job title field. If bracket open, bracket close, now what is this condition? There is no data equals to null. So for I will do here account name equals to null and account name equals to null and account name equals to undefined. Account name equals to undefined. So here basically I have written this condition. If does not contain data, if it is not a valid data, then also you need to consider it as a row. Okay, so this is the, again see in the if condition, again we will write the this curly braces, right? If here. So I will keep one more condition, like else also I will keep. Okay, else what I need to do, show. So if you write this, you write. Okay, if I have written and else also I have written. So here basically if I need to, what I need to do here, so as per my requirement, hide the job title. Here equals to null I am saying. So here I need to hide the job title field. Else, in the else what I need to do? Else part, show the job title field. I need to show the job title field. So now The syntax is to show the particular field and hide the set visible comma bracket open true. If you set you need to tell in front of anyone. If you ask set visible true, if you set it will show, set visible false it will get hidden. Okay, now let me go to this one. See here we already have a syntax, right? Simply I am copying it and pasting it here. So here I am changing the schema name, whatever the schema name is there. So for example, I will go here and go to here, level up Dynamics 365 CRM logical name. I will open this logical name. From here I will grab the job title. Okay, job title I'm changing here as a control V. So here I need to account name backend logical name is parent customer ID. Okay, for example, parent customer ID. So this one parent customer ID I taken and I pasted here. So I corrected this earlier it was a wrong logical name. So I corrected it now. So what I need to do here now, line number 9 is there. So as it is I will copy and as it is I will paste it here. See here as it is I copied and as it is I pasted it here. Now what I am doing here, set visible true is there, right? So basically here we are hiding the field. So here I need to set it as a false. Okay, I need to set it as a false. Here I need to set it as a true. Okay. So let me add this one. So before that, for example, I need to check that whether my JavaScript is triggered or not. So how to check? After getting confirmation, I will remove that alert. So I have a flexibility to check, give the alert. Okay, alert. So like that, I can whether JavaScript is triggered, unload unload show hide job title function triggered. Okay, so once if I saw this one function, so then I can get a clarity that okay, this function is triggered. Now after that what I will do, see here I will print one more value also, alert. So here what is the value I am getting in the account name? So basically this account name is array only, so it will come it as a object. But it should not, if it is coming as a null, then we can see in the itself. Okay, so here I am keeping this one. Okay, so now let me copy this one, copy this whole JavaScript like this as it is, Control C, and go to this particular whatever the JavaScript I have written, go to here and click on the text editor, remove this whatever the different function, Control V, and click on the OK button. Once you click on the OK button, after that click on the Save button, after that click on the Publish button. Saving and publishing of the web resource we did successfully. Now let's go to this form. So like this is the only form, I hope. So if it is not form, like we need to use see that which exactly form was using by them. Okay. How to check whether is this form or else the different form? How to check? So here, for example, so if you see here, we have a contact ID is there. Okay, application ID is there, entity ID is there, app ID is there. So here we don't have a which form you are using. Yeah, you don't have a clarity. Okay. So here, for example, I am refreshing because it's like clumsy. It was looking very clumsy, right? Summary, details, summary, relational analytics, and details tab is there. For example, if you see here, general relation there, here this is, we don't have this tabs. So I think this is the not the correct form. Okay, we need to check exactly correct form. So this is the not correct form. So might be we have a one more form which was using. So let me go to that particular form and add into my web resource. So I went here. These are the forms which we are using here. So if you see, these are the main forms. AI for sales. I think AI for sales. It might be. Let me take this form. See, this is the form which we are using. The summary, relation analytics, and details. So if you see, this is the form, I think. So let me open this form, and here we have a flexibility to click on the form properties. Here what I will do, I will add the one web resource. Click on the web resource, and here I will search my web resource name. My web resource name starts with sample, right? So before that text, I need to append the one star, and after that, so it will search in the whole database, and it will get you whatever the relevant related the things are there. Same name it will grab. So once it received, click on the selected button and click on the OK add button. So it gets successfully added. Basically here in the day one only we discussed we need to add here form libraries. Okay. So after that, here we have a form. So here we are registering our requirement is for as of now it has a onload we need to write. So here this is the onload event. Okay. In the onload event, so there is a plus button is there. So click on this plus button, and here in the libraries, go to here, this library is there. Okay. JFL sample JScript library is there, and function name. Here whatever the function name you have written, so basically this is the function name, right? Show hide job title. So as it is, copy this one and come to here this window, paste it here. So here we are passing as a execution context as a first parameter, right? So then we need to pass execution as a first parameter if you are need to passing. So then you need to select this one compulsory. This checkbox should be enabled. After that, click on the OK button and click on the OK button. Let me click on the save button. Click on the save button. Once it successfully click save button, saved successfully. After that, click on the publish button. Okay, it gets successfully published. Then go to this browser and click on the refresh button. See, my whatever the function I have written, onload job title function, in the function, this function is triggered by how I am identifying the alert which I am written here, it was triggered. So here basically object means it will see there is a value in the account field. Okay, so that's the reason it was job title field is not get hidden because it went to else condition. Okay, it went to else condition equals to null and undefined, then only I told him to hide. So for example, what I will do, I will remove this value and try to save this record, and again I will try to trigger the onload event, for example. Okay, onload events. So I am refreshing the screen. Onload job title event, job title function got triggered. Null, there is a value what I am receiving now. The value I am receiving is a null. See, earlier we have a job title field here. See, earlier we have a job title field here. So now we are not able to see this job title field. Earlier we have a job title field. So here we are not able to see the job title field. Save and publish, save and refresh. See, now it will appear because now there is a value. So there is a value in the JavaScript. So see, I'm every time it is getting refreshed, at that time only this happening. But on change of this particular field only, at that time only I need to see immediately she's get hidden. So then what I need to do, the same function, whatever the onload function you have written, the same function you can call on change of this account name field, so that it will trigger, that function will trigger in a onload and on change. In both areas you need to register this function. So for example, if you see onload, so still here my expectation is immediately when I am changing the field value, at that time only this should get hidden. But here basically I registered only in the onload. So until unless the form is not getting loaded completely, at that time only this function is not triggering. So then what I need to do, I need to register here on change event also. Let's see how to register the on change event. Okay, now go to this browser, whatever the browser you have opened. So here account name field, account on change of the account field we are triggering, right? Double click on this field. See, double click on that column, whatever the column is there, double click on it. Once you double click on it, one window will get open. So here, as you can see, this one window is getting open. So there is different tabs are display, tab formatting, details, events. So go to this event tab, and after that see, this is the, we called it as a on change event. Here we are selecting the, here underneath of the events. Here we already have a library, right? Because we added from properties, from there we already added. So again, no need to add the library, because in the same library I have my code and same function I have. So then what I will do here, see, simply I will add, click on the add button, and here I will select the web resource. Which web resource I am holding my JavaScript. I am in my case scenario, I have a web resource in the data in a JFL JScript. So I selected here. So simply, so this is the function name which I have written, right? See, you can go through here and the same function I have written. So here, so select this one, save and call. Okay. See, now I am, so basically this is the on change event. Okay, same on change event is there. So what I will do, on change event. Okay, save and publish. The same function I am using there, onload also, on change also. I didn't use anything. Okay, save and publish. Why my requirement is this? See, I immediately on changing only, I need to hide that field. But here only how I have written, see, once I given value, it needs to appear. Once I have value, that is my requirement. But here if you see, it's only working on the onload only. So in these scenarios, you need to register your JavaScript in onload also. So this is on change also. So here basically, let me refresh its screen my 2 to 3 times to remove the cache. So if I am removing the cache, it gets successfully removed, I think. Okay, so on change it is onload, it is included. So let me try to trigger the on change event. So here basically, here my requirement is on change. I am changing this field. So immediately it get triggered. See here, null. So what I will do? Immediately it is hidden. Okay, immediately job title field got hidden. For example, if I will add here value, see here, immediately it's getting, see, immediately it is getting started appearing. So basically the syntax is here, the same way of writing. So these all are the basics only. So here, if you see, this is the syntax we are using. Form context dot get control job title dot set visible. Here basically the which field you are using, that field your flexibility to show this one. Okay, show hide the fields. Okay, for example, I have a requirement to lock unlock the fields. To unlock the fields. See, I have a requirement on basis of conditions. I need to lock and unlock the fields. What I need to do here? See, this is also one of the regular requirement. What I need to do here? So first here, see, get control dot set disabled. If you use here, so in the same, I will use here. I am removing. For example, I am converting it to the hide. I need to lock. Okay, till now here, we studied like a show hide, right? So here, the requirement now it's got changed. For example, if account name does not contain data, then if account name does not, there is no data, lock the job title field. Lock. Okay, LOCK, lock. The field should be non-editable. What I need to do here, everything is same. Okay, form context, this one is same, and getting the value, this one is same. So if account name not equal to null, this here till here the same only. So only the syntax will get changed. Form context dot get control dot job title till here also same. So here set visible. So here the basically lock the job title and unlock the job title. What we'll do here, see, simply will use set disabled. So here I am adding here set disable as a false. It is a true. Okay, for example, I will set it as a set disable true. Okay, I need to lock this one and set disable. For example, I need to unlock this one. Okay, false. See here, the previous syntax and this syntax only, the change is, that is for showing hiding, we are using the set visible. For locking, unlocking the function, we are using the set disabled. Okay, we are using the set disabled. Okay, I am removing this syntax, this text from the alert. Now simply I am copying this whole function. See, our agenda is to now show lock and unlock the field. Just now we studied about the few minutes back about the show and hide, right? Same requirement. The syntax got changed. How to change? If you remove that set disable true or false, it will lock and unlock through these syntaxes. Programmatically it will happen. So remove this function and add it here and go to click on OK button. Click on OK button. Once you click on the OK button, after that click on the save button. After that click on the publish button. Record saved successfully and published successfully. Whatever the web resource is there, saved, published. Okay, now let me refresh the screen to trigger the JavaScript. Let me refresh it multiple times with the new scenario. Earlier scenario, it was a showing and hiding the fields. Now we are looking into the unload. Still the message which I am showing, it was old only, because now in the new load I have removed the unload. Only Java. Refresh this screen multiple times until the changes will not get reflected. See, still the old one only is appearing because it needs to like a show in the alert, show ahead job title, right? So still it was this old value only showing, and this is the. Let me Control Shift R, hard refresh. Okay, see, now new function got triggered. Click on the OK button. See, this is now editable only. Job title, I am able to add the job title, I am able to edit this one. Okay, edit this one. So, for example, I am removing now data in the account name field. Okay, removing this one. See, now job title function triggered null. See, it become lock now. You are able to see here lock symbol. Now I am not able to edit this field because programmatically I locked this field. I locked this field using the syntax form context dot get control dot set disabled true. I make it as a set disabled true. Now job title become the non-editable. Why? Because I used the syntax to lock the field. Now, what is the on basis of the condition? If there is no data in the account name field, then lock the job title. Else, unlock the field. Okay. If you want to edit the job title field, there is a must and should. There should be some value in the account name, my client requirement. So to achieve that client requirement, I have written this JavaScript. Okay. For example, I am saying. Okay. So here, let me try to add the account name in the account name field some value. So I selected here some value. See here immediately. As of now, till here you can see backend. It was lock only. As of now, I am selecting it as a northbound, and my function got triggered. See, now this field is become editable. Okay, so simply using this syntax only single line. So here these are like to achieve the requirements. It will become very tough. But if you go one by one, line by line, right? It will be very easy to use. Okay, it looks very easy to use. So to unlock the field, you have a syntax set disabled true. If you set the disabled true, it will happen. So interviewers will try to confuse you. True means it will hide, right? False means it will show, right? Like this, they will try to manipulate you. Okay, don't get confused. These are the easy, and you can score here like a very good marks in the interview. Okay, whenever you are practicing for the interview, here you can score very good marks. Okay. Now let me try to achieve the one more scenario. Okay, let me try to achieve the one more scenario. For example, I need to make a field as a required and not required, because see, some on basis of some condition here there is a star symbol is there, right? So for example, I am removing here Baker. Okay, Baker in the last name, it is a mandatory field, and trying to save the record. So immediately it will throw error that last name is a required, must be filled in. If you don't unless you won't give a data into the last name, it won't allow you to save the record. Now I am giving the, see, it allowed me to save the record. But if it is a because it is a mandatory in the form. So like this, on conditional basis, you want to make a field mandatory and non-mandatory, there is one syntax is there. Through the syntax, you can achieve this requirement very easily in the JavaScript. What is the syntax? Let's see. Let's have a look into that syntax. Okay. To field. So someone will call it as a required. Someone will call it as a make required. Like this, someone will call it as a they will call it as a okay, yeah, here it was opening something like, so for example, here instead of same set disable, I will here see here set required level as a required. If I will keep like this, right, it will become the mandatory to fill. Else if you want to make it as a not required, see, only I am changing here this one. Everything is get form context start get control. Here same thing, but here only we are changing. Instead of required, none I will keep here, none. Okay, if you keep it as a required, then this field become the mandatory, making the field mandatory. Okay, so by below line we are mandatory. making the field mandatory here in line number 9. So why we are using line number 14 means here we are making non-mandatory, means not required, not required. Okay, not required. This is the syntax. Okay. See here, so earlier in the business, like if you want to show the field, if you want to if you want to show the field, if you want to hide the field, and if you want to lock the field, what a syntax you have written? If you observe here, get control syntax you have written. But here, whenever you are making a field as required, then the syntax will slightly change here. Form context dot, instead of get control, you will use the get attribute dot set required. Okay, this is the syntax will change. So here syntax will get changed. Okay, form context dot get attribute dot set required level, you will use required. Form context dot get attribute within the inverted commas, again the logical name dot set required level none, you will use like this. Okay, so this is the way. So basically this now this is like here we are making mandatory and non-mandatory. I am keeping the condition as it is. Okay, same condition. For example, whenever the requirement, whenever there is no data in the account name field, then make required to the job title field. Make requirement, it's a mandatory field. There should be a data. Mandatorily, there should be a data. If there is no data, so this is the requirement. We have data. So if you see the previous syntax and this syntax, the change is form context dot get control dot set disabled, set visible we have used. But here, whenever you are making mandatory and non-mandatory, the syntax will change. Form context dot get attribute dot set required as a required. This syntax you will use. Okay, let me go to here, Control C, and go to here browser and open the text editor. So simply I am removing this function and making it as a OK. Clicking on the OK button and clicking on the Save button and clicking on the Publish button. Clicking on the Save and Publish button. After going to here, once it got successfully published, going to here, and here let me try to refresh this screen. And try to clear the cache from the screen. And try to change the value. So as of now, you can see here, for example, I may see still it is unlock only happening because the code changes. Whatever we did, the code changes. It's not yet removed from the cache. Okay, you don't need to worry that one. You need to do refresh, proper refresh from your screen. So to remove the cache. Okay, to remove the cache. So basically your browser, what it will show some cookies. So here in the cookies, like everything will be getting saved and those things will be happening. Okay, so for example, I will change here. See, now job title become mandatory. Here if you see, here star symbol is there. For example, I am removing value and trying to click the save. So it won't. Job title is if you see, job title is a required, must and be filled in. Must and will be filled in. For example, I am giving some value, account name. See, account name. See, now if I will say the record without job title also, it is allowing me to save. Why? The condition has been written like that. If account name does not contain data, then make the job title as a required. So here, as you can see in the screen, now the data contains. So that's the reason job title is
non-mandatory. If I am reviewing the data, then immediately, as you can see on the screen, it's becoming mandatory. Okay, it's becoming mandatory. So until unless you won't give the data into this particular field, it won't allow you to save the record. Okay, now the record got successfully submitted. Now that's it for the today. Let's see in upcoming sessions we'll try to cover the remaining real-time scenarios. So these are the basic real-time scenarios which we use in the our regular day-to-day life of a working culture. Okay, working life.